Hi, it's Terry with Early Girls Yarn. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for being patient with me. Um, Normally I try and get everything out on Wednesdays, but we finished school last Friday, the girls did, and we all got hit. Cece and I in particular had respiratory infections. You might still be able to hear some of it. It's getting better. She bounced back right away. She got medicine and she was totally fine. She's been in theater camp all week, and I have been, getting better, but holy smokes, it really threw me for a loop this time. So still knitting every day, but going to bed at like 6 o'clock at night. Like 8 o'clock is super late right now, which is not normally me. Just exhausted. So I'm hoping that this summer cold is leaving our house and we'll be gone soon, hopefully. The girls have one more week of theater camp, and then Izzy's only home for like a Saturday, and then Sunday in the afternoon, she goes for a 10-day camp, and then Cece's here for about a week, and then she goes for a 4-day camp. So lots happening. And then after July 2nd, we get mellow and we stay here. Rainy and I are going to go to that, hopefully to Austin at the end of July, beginning of August. But that's about it. We're just chilling for a while, which will be so nice because I feel like May was a whirlwind, which rolled right into June and all of us getting stuffy and sick and huge coughs. So we'll be looking forward to some downtime. Again, thank you for your patience because I had 2 giveaways. Emily and I have the bag giveaway, and then I have that big yarn giveaway. So let's just do that now because nobody needs to wait any further. So the awesome Molly bag design of Emily's, that is the giveaway that was on Instagram. And you had to be a follower and comment and tag people on my page or Emily's with Calm Collection. And then you got 10 extra points for reposting. So the winner of that is actually someone who did repost because you got so many points. So, it just made sense. It is, let's see, I've got to bring this up so I can read it correctly. At Mrs. Price Creates, it's Courtney Price. So Courtney, get in touch with me. I want to get this beauty off to you. And it's no surprise. I know last time I was debating if I should get another bag, get one of these 2. I ended up getting a large one for myself, which you'll see. Yes, you'll see with one of my whips. So yeah, love it. So I've got a happy camper too, and I'd like to send this one off to you. Now the winner of the yarn, which is all right down here, I'm not going to pick that up again. That was just the podcast. So thank you so much. So many of you are listening from all over the world. That's amazing. And you guys are doing some fun stuff this summer. So I'm excited. Lots of camping, lots of kayaking. I know we're going to get down to my parents' houseboat, which is super fun. And so it's kind of the best of those both worlds. Like we're trying to get one of those, not kayaks, the surfboard things that you stand up on and paddleboards, I guess. We're trying to get some of those this year to go and play with there. So we'll see. But the winner of the podcast giveaway with the 10 skeins of yarn, I guess I'll lift some of that up, with this yarn and then the 2 others, which are at the bottom. So all these 10 skeins of this awesome purpley color, and then the 2 other balls of yarn is Tracy Westcott. So awesome, Tracy. Super excited for you. Please, you can message me on or on Instagram, or we can connect here and you get me your email address and I will grab your address and get this off the mail to you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait for the yarn in the bag to go and be with their new owners and get some love this summer. So that's amazing. So speaking of fun summer, so I found Cameo Yarns, which I don't have any of her yarns yet. So that's on my list to accomplish this summer. But Cameo Yarns is hosting a really fun whip off. We're going to call it, I guess, a summer whip. Get your whips done, get through that. Which I'm like, yeah, buddy, I need to do that. I've got tons of stuff. So I started to go through my whips and I had 5. The oldest being from this time a year ago, Casapinka's Crown Wools. That mystery knit along, I got like 30 colors done and never did any more. So that's one of the projects I need to get done. One of them that was a whip, which is now an FO, woo woo, was my Ooh La La shawl, which I'm going to show here. It is not blocked yet. I got that done a few days ago, and then I just have not been feeling well. So excuse me, right after I'm done with the podcast, I am soaking this puppy and it's getting blocked before I get the girls from theater camp. So right now, I mean, just look at the colors, first of all. Hello. So the top green, this green up here at the top, is from Hue Loco. It's her pear colorway. And then it marled. Here, I'm going to move it up closer too. Oh, hang on. Okay. Okay, so this top is Hue Loco. That's her pear colorway. Then it marled this middle section with all these fun greens. That is Hooker's Corner, Camo Kermit. And then down below, the lace work, which does not, it'll look so much better once it's blocked. But this lace work down here, this is Dandelions and Daisies. It was her club for last month. But look how fun. Now this bottom part, it's going to block out. It like looks curvy now, but once I block it, it'll actually block out to points and this lace work. So I cannot wait for you to see it. I know it's so hard to see right now. So after it's blocked, I'll actually show it again because I love it that much. But I cannot wait. This shawl, it's like, it's going to grow. It's going to get longer and bigger. And there's a bigger, because the short rows, there's a bigger spice piece down here. But Leslie Ann from Knit Graffiti, who designed it, said she wears it like a scarf. I could see that. I can't wait. It was a joy to knit. I highly suggest it. It's going to be with Do You Knit. It's their summer knit along with their store. So if you buy yarn from them to knit it, you can be entered into win prizes. And that, I think, cast on is June 21st. Because we had to get it done. The test editors had to get it done. I still have time. I've got to do photos and block it by the 18th. So my goal is, I think today, what is today? Today might be the 14th. Today's the 14th. So I want to take pictures. I'm going to block it, wet block it, and take pictures, if not Saturday, Sunday, the latest. And then that one will be done and beautiful and in the books. But such a joy to knit. So well done. And it was constructed like in a way that I had not done before. So it was a joy. I liked, and you learned a little bit, but not so much that stressed you out. So perfect summer knit, 3 skeins of yarn. I did have leftovers of all 3, but it was awesome. So that's my FO, and that was my first one of the Cameo Whip, that summer challenge to get done. So of course, you guys know me by now. I can't just take a challenge, right? I can't just be like, oh, find your whips and get them done, because I only had 5. I didn't have that many. I didn't feel, because it's a whole summer long knit along, like finish your whips up. So I'm going to work on one of my oldies at all times. So it wasn't really an oldie, but that was one of the ones on my needles. So I've got that one done. The next one I'm getting off, which I'm embarrassed to say this. So my Soldotna, this is ridiculous. This one should have been done a while ago, but I just got sick and end of school, but it's so close to being done. I mean, look at how adorable it is. I am on the bottom ribbing. I think, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I have 2 more ribbing rows to do, and then I'm binding off and I'm done. And then the sleeves, which everyone's saying they're so quick and easy. So I am so close to this being done, and it is still like in the low 70s. I could totally be rocking this out today. So I'm hoping this gets done this weekend too, but this is one of the ones for my Cameo Whip that has to get done. So that's my next one from my older stash, my older whip pile. So that one is my next one that I'm tackling. And then after that, I am tackling, I shouldn't say no. I believe you guys have seen this. This is my awesome wool swap partner, Kristen, from Australia, and I picked a pattern that we were both going to work on at the same time, so that she's working on hers too still. So this is the Asana Wrap by Amba, and you guys know I love Amba, like she's amazing. But this has been a whip now for some time. So I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stripe rows to do. And then I have 5 million bajillion lace rows to do. And then I'll be done. But this is, so after my Soldotna, which I'm hopefully getting done this weekend, I am tackling this thing because look at these colors. It is so she picked them all out. I picked hers out. Hers are more green. But it is going to be amazing. So I'm almost done with this huge stripe section. And then there's going to be another huge lace section. I don't know if you can see it. And then I think another little stripe, and then I'm done. So that's one of my longer ones that I've got to get clicking clacking on. So then I could not just do 5. I mean, 5's a small number, and I knit a lot, and I like big goals. I typically do not have that many whips on my needles, but I took this challenge like next level for me anyway. And I knew I had some big knitting goals for this summer, and winding up the yarn, getting like the prep work, getting things ready takes a while. And sometimes in the summer when you don't have it ready, you're like, oh, I'll just start that another day because I'm not ready to go. So I decided to go for it, and I cast on, I don't know, probably 10 more projects, which is insane. I'm not going to show them all today. I'm just going to show the ones that I'm actively working on, not just cast on. So this one is for the House of a la Mode summer. It's called their spring knit along, actually. I need to see. It might be over already. I don't think so, though. I'm doing Girl from the Grocery Store. So this is the gray with the green specks is Lumberjack, her yarn Lumberjack. And the darker green is from Murray Woolgood and Company. That's her Coastal Forest. But this one's it's pretty cute. So it's in a good spot. I would say I am halfway done with this one. So I've been working on that. This has been my volleyball one, just because it's garter stitched right now. So it's not super difficult. So I can do that and watch volleyball. I get too tense if I focus too much on it. So watch is what I've been doing. I also cast on, is this it? Oh yeah, this is my large Happy Camper bag that I had Emily make for me because it's adorable. I love it. Yeah. Anyway, this is Amba. Oh, this one. So this is my Hooker's Corner Advent, because true yarn confessional right here. Okay, so the Advent kits this year by the dyers have been coming out like way in advance. So when I see one that I really like, if it's got a pattern that comes with it, if it's a dyer I've been eyeing or one that I love, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get it. So I got one the other day and I'm like, how many have I bought? I have 4 Advent kits coming. I don't even know. So when this whole whip challenge with Cameo Yarn was coming out, I'm like, I still have my Hooker's Corner from last year that I've been hoarding because Kathy, which you guys know I love her, she hasn't started dyeing again yet. So I've been hoarding that one like no one's business. I'm like, I need to knit that before these 4 new ones come. And I have cat Advent kits for days and nothing done. So I started the Adventurous Wrap, which was my plan the whole time with this one. Oh my goodness. Look at these colors. So needless to say, this pattern's amazing. The way that it blends the yarns and the fade that Kathy dyed, it's her Anne of Green Gables colorways, and I could not be more in love. So there's this, and I already put on Insta, I'm on the 10th color right now, Matthew Cuthbert. I potentially legitimately want to make a sweater out of pretty much every color. But this Raspberry Cordial, it's right in here. That color in particular, that I need a sweater out of. And then I've really been digging, let's see if I'll hold these up. Josie Ply is the next one. Look at these golds, like these greeny golds. I don't know if this is even doing it justice. It's amazing. And then this is Matthew Cuthbert. That's this one. So cool. So I have been loving that. I'm on my first triangle, knitting away, because it is just addicting to be blending these colors, the way the pattern's working, the way her yarns and her fade. It's a stunner. So that has brought me so much joy. And they're minis, but the way that, again, like you feel like you're always going to a new color. You're always going to something different. So I've really been enjoying that one a lot. Let's see, this is Growing Lilies. So I've also come to realize, whether it's my Make 9 or any project, I was trying to think about, like, why am I hedging on some of these projects? Like, I know how to knit. What is my deal? Well, if it's something that I've been eyeing but I've never done before, then I seem to kind of like put that off a little bit. So sadly, or oddly, I have never knit with a fingering and a mohair or holding any mohair with any yarn when I knit. I've never done it. It looks great. Other people do it. I bought a whole kit from Woolberry for the no frill sweater. I buy the stuff to do it, but I've never done it. So then I hedge. So this is the beginning of the, what is this one? Growing Lilies shawl. It is using my Farmer's Daughter fiber for their summer make along. Look how stinking beautiful this is so far. And the mohair, which everyone says this, I think you can see it best that way. It adds this like halo or this fuzz to it. I am unbelievable. There, you can see it. I am unbelievably excited to knit this up. I'm like, I just want to keep knitting and knitting and knitting. And it's just the softest, most beautiful colorways. Let me pull the tags. I left them in here so I would remember. This is our Foxy Lady Spring Fever and the Spring Fever mohair colorways. So that has been so much fun. And I just want to keep going and going and going and knitting and knitting and knitting with it. So I cannot wait to see. But that is for her local yarn store. I bought them from Wool and Company in St. Charles. So that I've been working on. What else? Oh yeah. So I also cast on, this is for the Primrose Yarn and Company. This is another one that's been on my list for a while, but I have never, okay. So for this one, you had to hold, it's supposed to be DK weight yarn, and I didn't have any DK weight, but I had a Primrose, so there's a challenge. Primrose has a Boylan and Knitworks and Primrose year-long challenge to knit Boylan and Knitwork products using only Primrose yarn. It's really cool. Well, I wanted to do the Immortalist cowl, but it needed DK weight. I didn't have any Primrose DK, but I had a fingering kit. So I broke that down. I'm like, I'm going to just hold it double because I know people do this. I know that this is done. They hold fingering double for DK weight. Again, another thing, like I've just never done it before. So I've been hedging on this for months and I'm like, that's it. Cast it on and just do it. So I did. And I've got the ribbing done. This is the Morticia colorway. I've got the ribbing done and it worked out great. But because I'm doing a kit, my next color, I'm actually using 2 fingering weight yarns and I'm going to hold them together. So it'll give me this gray-green color next. So I'm at where the color work's starting. So I haven't started it yet, but that's on my list to get hopping. I think that's it. So I've got a lot more cast on because I wanted to get, as I said, everything organized, yarn picked out, skeined up, ready to go. I started a bunch because you had to have them all technically. I mean, I'm not entering them all. I'm only doing my original 5, my true whips for the Cameo whip, summer whip down that she's got going on. I'm only doing those 5. I just myself wanted to challenge myself to get a bunch of stuff cast on, get a bunch of stuff prepped and wounded and ready to go. So I did. So I have got projects prepped, wound, started, ready to go. And I don't know what my deal is, but once I start knitting, I'm like, oh, this is going to be amazing. And then I have this just like need to go, 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 go. So I'm hoping it works as intended and I get so much done this summer. We shall see. I think so. I'm feeling not 100%, but better. So we shall see. I've also been riding our horse. So we bought a horse. I rode for years competitively nationally all around for years and years and years and years. And then had kids and I didn't have a horse for probably 15 years now. So we found a horse last fall because the girls kind of started to get into it last summer when we were here in Iowa for our first summer. I guess it was our second summer, but it felt like our first summer because the first one we spent so much time moving and unpacking and organizing and trying to learn the city that we didn't have time for extra fun things. Well, last summer we went out and rode a bunch at a farm that gave lessons, and then we bought a horse in the fall, and I have had so much joy. Izzy's getting into it. Cece, my youngest, jury's out still. But I have had so much joy, so I go and ride her 3 or 4 times a week, just me. And she was bought for the kids as a kid horse, but she's just been amazing and such a joy. And I have had so much fun riding again and just thinking about what I would do before and can Holly do this and she can do anything. She's the coolest horse. So that has been a huge joy. So we're kind of thinking, do we add another one? Is Cece really into this? I don't know. So that's kind of been in the back of our heads, in the back of my mind too, along with work. And then we have rentals. So we sold one of our rentals and we have another one that we're prepping right now. Randy's going to take next week and go and bust a bunch of work out there to put that on the market to sell that. So we have just been buzzing right now, but in a good way. So if we can just get healthy, that'll make life better. So tell me, guys, what are things you're working on? What fun summer things? Well, last time you asked or let me know what fun summer things you have going on. I would love to hear some recaps. There were cruises and camping and kayaking and all kinds, day adventures near everyone's houses, which is super cool. So I cannot wait to hear more about what's happening with you. If you know of any cool yarn knit along, or I don't know, yarn crawls, anything, let me know. You know I'm always game to try something new and to go somewhere new and to see new yarn and to meet new people. So would love to hear what adventures you guys are going on. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Thanks for your patience. And again, Courtney and Tracy, reach out to me because I want to get your goodies in the mail to you. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.